Republicans and future Republicans, welcome to a video. Emergency broadcast. Emergency broadcast. Let me introduce you to Gavin Newsom. Some people call him Gavin Newscum, like our glorious golden/orange president Donald Trump. Other people call him Gavin Nuisance because he's kind of an arch villain here these days. So, Gavin, our dude Gavin over here, is the governor of California. He's a pretty important guy by all metrics. You're not ready for the insane update today because you know how the Democrats got absolutely cooked by people that actually want to have conversations and not hide shit under the rug over the last election? Well, Gavin Newsom is launching a new podcast. After years of Democrats insulting Republicans for going on podcasts, Gavin Newsom decides, yes, I am going to use my time as a governor to become a podcast. You know how, Trump recently appointed the head of an FBI was an ex-special forces guy that also had a podcast? Everyone in the media slammed him for being an ex-podcaster. So Gavin shows up the next day launching a podcast. We need to change the conversation. I am talking directly with people I disagree with, people I look up to, and you, the listeners. Egg prices, because that's the only thing they can talk about. Tariffs, DOGE, completely irrelevant topics. Utterly irrelevant topics. We're tackling all your big questions. I love how he already knows his audience is going to be so brain rotted that he's just going to have to yell about egg prices. This is Gavin Newsom. Subscribe now. So let's look at his epic clip.
We need to change the conversation. And that's why
I love how this guy literally looks like, what's his name? Hamlin from Better Call Saul. I hope he doesn't end the same way as Hamlin.
Launching a new podcast. And this is going to be anything but the ordinary politician podcast.
Every politician on the planet does this. Every politician in the world says, this isn't the regular politics podcast. Everything's different here. Here we talk about the big questions, like egg prices.
I'm going to be talking
caused by the Biden administration getting a lot of farmers to kill their chickens because they threatened them with fines. Yes, we threaten farmers to murder their chickens and suddenly the prices of eggs go up.
to people directly that I disagree with.
Sure.
As well as people I look up to. But more important than anything else, I'll be talking directly with you, the listener. Real conversations. What's going on with the cost of eggs?
Really, bro?
What are the impacts, real impacts to you around tariffs? What power does an executive order really have?
Oh my God.
And what's really going on?
It's just an anti-Trump podcast. That's the craziest shit. It is literally just an anti-Trump podcast. He doesn't want to give you any form of transparency as to what he's doing as the governor of California. Because the amount of backlash he already got right here is ridiculous.
Inside of DOGE. Look, there's an onslaught of information that we take in. So let's take it to the sources without the typical political mumbo jumbo.
A professional political liar, Gavin Newsom, the guy that spent $50 million Trump-proofing California, his words, not mine, he spent $50 million to Trump-proof California before Trump went into office. While there were forest fires, he spent $50 million to Trump-proof California. This guy wants transparency, but only transparency on Trump's shit. Zero transparency on the corruption that he's actually shilling.
In the first few weeks, we're going to be sitting down with some of the biggest leaders and architects in the MAGA movement. This is Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, unbelievable, wild. I feel like they're literally trying to prime this guy to run in 2028. If unfortunately for all of us, Kamala Harris doesn't actually decide to run, that would be crazy. Damn. I feel like they're gonna be like, reverse DEI. We need the most generic white guy politician of all time. Now, immediately, top response, we got our guy, Hamas Piker, the guy himself, this guy, famous Hamas Piker, known for endorsing terrorists on Twitch. That's what he's mostly known for these days. Largely thanks to my critically acclaimed franchise, the How Fucked is Hamas Piker franchise. I even made a special playlist a special playlist to denote exactly how fucked Hasan Piker is at any given moment. Truly one of my most proud franchises, 160% dropping very soon. However, because, I mean, he literally just compared Hamas terrorists to black people. That was his newest little oopsie moment. But anyway, I digress. Hasan Piker, this guy, okay, it's time. Guys, get ready for some people that you don't like on the left to unite forces and join forces with some of the most insufferable humans of all time. Literally, just to own the right. So anyway, I wanted to show you some of the backlash to Gavin Newsom's epic podcast announcement. Starting with this. You cut fire prevention. LA burned. You spent $24 million on homelessness. It rose 40%. You reduced penalties for violent crime. It's 31% higher in California than the U.S. as a whole. Instead of taking responsibility, you're trying to become an influencer to talk about DOGE. Bro! It'll never make sense. This clown show really thinks he can sweep his army of corrupt inconsistencies and failures under the rug. Literally under the rug by making a podcast talking about egg prices and DOGE. I'm very excited personally excited to see him collab with Hasan Piker, because then we'll know that America is truly cooked. So anywho, more criticism. Let's start with, why did you throw a party for yourself at the French Laundry with no masks on in the middle of COVID, when California had the strictest COVID regulations in the country and thousands of small businesses were going out of business because of said policies? Rules for thee, but not for me. Sorry, I'm Gavin Newsom. I get to dictate reality for myself. Parties for myself? Mandatory. Small businesses staying open? I don't really give a flying fuck. I'm a corrupt politician that suspiciously made way more money than actually I'm supposed to in the job description. I wonder if fraud was involved. When he spent $50 million, quote unquote, Trump-proofing California. Dumb question. Do you think all 50 million of those dollars went to Trump-proofing California? Again, I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Stop making any conspiracies. Babylon Bee reported on the story. Gavin Newsom launches true crime podcast about how he killed California. Trump, it's not too late to trade California for Greenland. I'm just saying. Dude, I know you want Greenland. I'm sure the people in Greenland won't mind if you switch with California. Just make a trade. Offer Denmark a swap. Just be like, just do a switcheroony. Dude, seriously. Swap it for Canada, bro. Dude, you have so much leverage. Just swap California. For real. Bro, this guy and Governor Trudeau would be best friends as they lick each other's pussies. Anyway, Decoy Voice made a video saying California Governor Newsom melts down over DOGE audit. And I am very ready for a meltdown over DOGE. DOGE meltdowns have quickly and surely become one of my favorite types of meltdowns, because DOGE is something that 76% of the American population supports DOGE. Americans never unite over anything, but they are united over DOGE. The concept of actually oversight and looking into basic government spending and government corruption is the most basic bitch shit in the universe. It's so obvious and simple. How could you lose your mind over DOGE? They just want to know where the money is going and if there are politicians skimming shit off the top or taking kickbacks. It is literally the most basic operation that, by the way, Trump literally ran on this operation. And somehow everyone's losing their mind. Listen, I say somehow losing their mind, but I know the truth. I know the real reason why people are losing their mind. Because they're corrupt. They're losing their mind because they're corrupt, and they don't want Trump to actually look into what they're doing, because, if they find out that these people are skimming money off the top and scamming the voters, well, might not go well for them. I don't know. I don't think prisoners like politicians, to be honest. Now, Elon Musk sent out an email where he basically said, hey guys, can you please tell us 5 things that you did in the last week? Which is Again, in my opinion, basic bitch shit every employee on the planet needs to actually do. He says, consistent with Trump's instructions. By the way, Trump is the president of the United States, in case none of you are aware. He won. He won all 7 swing states, all the swing states. He won them all. Large voters, a big black vote. All the Latinos voted for him. Every woman on the planet. All of them love Trump. They all voted for him. Best president for black people since Abraham Lincoln. Consistent with Trump president instructions, all federal employees are shortly to receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. My opinion, basic bitch shit. If your employer that's paying you money from the taxpayers says, hey, what did you do in the last week? Dog, just respond to the email. It'll take you 5 seconds. Respond to the 5 bullet points of what you did. Now, of course, Hamas Piker over here's latest video. Don't respond to the email. Oh my god. I love it so much. How could you be this terrified? How are you such a loser, bro? Oh my god, it's an email with 5 bullet points. 5 bullet points. No, don't respond to this email. So yeah, an email of what you did last week, that's offensive to Hasan Piker. The corpses of babies being paraded around by Hamas terrorists, and he laughed when he reacted to that shit. As I've already covered in Hamas Piker is 140% fucked. But anywho, Hamas Piker, future best friend of Gavin Newsom, and Gavin Newsom are actually going down the shitter, and I am here to capitalize on their downfalls. I love downfalls. So, get ready for the Gavin Newsom meltdown over DOGE. It's glorious.
Musk setting his eyes on auditing California with DOGE. Governor Gavin Newsom is getting nervous.
Yep.
As it relates to the issues of audits, I mean, you know, I was commenting when I was with President Trump. We talked about the high-speed rail, and there was some discussion well before the public presentation on high-speed rail last week.
Bro, he looks like Howard Hamlin talking to Lalo Salamanca.
Around audits, I think we've been audited 100 times there. Happy to see another audit.
I'm so happy to see another audit. Please don't audit me, though. I would love another audit, but please don't do it. Like, dude, guy, we see through your bullshit. We see through your shtick, bro. Your podcast ain't gonna save you, dog.
At a certain point, you have audit fatigue.
What does he mean, audit fatigue?
Audit fatigue? Hey, we would like to see if you're a scammer. I love to show audits. I love audits. I love when people audit me. It makes me so happy, especially when people come and audit me to make sure everything is fine, because of course everything is fine. But I'm really tired of audits. Please don't audit me. Oh my god. Thanks to Gavin Newsom and Hasan Piker, the blue whale's pussy is now the 2nd biggest pussy in the fucking world. I know I've said that line before, but I feel like it's so appropriate to like half these fucking people. It's unbelievable. Hey guys, I just have to tell you that I'm so sorry that I love audits. We've audited so many times. Please don't audit me though.
I don't think anybody is getting tired of audits.
Listen, I have audit fatigue, IRS. IRS, hey, I paid taxes last year. I don't really want to pay taxes this year. Don't audit me. Yeah, let's see how that works.
I think we're getting tired of not seeing any results from these so-called hundreds of audits, as we had a over $100 billion budget to build this high-speed bullet train, but Newsom has burned through over $13 billion so far with absolutely nothing to show for it.
Listen, if that doesn't need an audit, I don't know what does. That is the most reasonable audit of all time. They gave him billions. And he's just picking his nose with the money, burning his city down and shit. To protect the smelt fish, not to piss off the environmentalists. Dude, you don't understand. Trump is in office. There is water flowing into California. Newsom was the governor of California. He never did any of this because he didn't want to piss off environmentalists, and he let half his city burn down. He is 100% fucked.
And here he is today, blinking 100 times a minute, trying to convince you, asking where that money went.
Oh, that's because he's on cocaine, probably, allegedly, in my opinion. Don't sue me, Gavin Newsom.
Is a bad thing. As the more Newsom explains about how they destroyed the budget, the more we know we need additional audits.
You think it...
Bro, did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my god, bro's on some speed.
...is appropriate to sign $50 million of spending to fight the Trump administration while also asking the federal government for $40 billion in fire relief aid?
Well, I wouldn't frame the question as you framed it.
Of course not, because it'll make you look like a complete ass. Oh my god. Does it make sense to spend endless of millions of dollars to fight Trump while you also need money to protect your state? His response? I would frame the question very differently. Well, yeah, no shit, you'd frame the question differently because you're a complete ass.
The state of California, as you know, prepared many, many months ago for a new administration to protect and preserve our policies, our progress, and programs that the Trump administration is directly looking to deviate from.
This is crazy. He said, let me rephrase your question. He rephrased it to a totally other ass question. This is the guy that wants to start a podcast about the price of eggs.
This is well-treaded territory. We were involved. I wasn't as governor. I served 2 years under the Trump administration, or with President Trump.
Dude, someone in my chat apparently delivered a package to his wife once, and his estate is far too big for any politician. Dude, all these people, okay, I'm not saying Gavin Newsom specifically. He might be a straight-ass guy. Maybe he can't speak. He wants to start a podcast despite not being able to speak. It's an interesting choice. Interesting career move, personally. I definitely always listen. I would listen to Taku before I would listen to this shit. But more importantly, dude is filthy fucking rich. How do you get that rich as a politician? See, Trump is rich, but he was rich before he went into office. He is the first ever president in the history of the country that lost money in office. Okay? How is it that these politicians are so despicably, disgustingly rich? Hundreds of millions of dollars on a $100,000 salary or whatever. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. It could be fraud. I would audit it.
Governor Brown served 2 years with President Trump. Over that 4-year period, there were 122 lawsuits. So there was some expectation that many similar efforts from the original Trump term would be replicated in his second term. And the whole point of putting $25 million up to the Department of Justice, our State Department of Justice, was to prepare for that. High-speed rail, perfect example.
Oh my God.
In so many ways, we were prescient in that respect in terms of putting those funds up in anticipation of the efforts happening in the second Trump administration that happened in the first Trump administration. As it relates to the additional $25 million, that is not specific to Trump. It's about protecting people's rights. It's about getting people.
Oh my God, I fucking hate that argument.
Get the kind of private.
It's literally just emotionally manipulating people. It's like, listen. Yes, I siphoned $25 million off to, fight Trump and shit, but it's to protect people's rights. Yeah, which people's rights are you protecting? I don't know. I'm not responsible for anything.
Private support they need from nonprofits
and
other local organizations to address their anxieties and fears. And that was done in council and partnership with the legislature. Now,
and I don't think he's outright.
That's crazy. That is insane. The guy asked him, where's the $25 million going, especially because you're asking for more money? His response? Protecting people's rights, and Trump's first term was scary, and the second term is scary, and let me rephrase your question. I needed to hire my maid to nair my butthole because my butt hairs sometimes get in the way when I shit, and I only pay my maid top dollar. All right, my maid is also my wife.
Saying it, but I believe he's saying 25 million of our tax dollars had to go to protecting his sanctuary cities from Trump's ICE. And after the whole fiasco,
that's crazy. He is spending $25 million to stop the government from doing its job. Why are we funding these people? What? And he's scared of audits. No shit, he's scared of audits. He spent $25 million stopping law enforcement from arresting criminals. This is insane. Bro's the Penguin, except less fat. And somehow less likable.
Of creating a $30 billion deficit, with $10 billion of that being spent on healthcare for non-citizens.
Oh my God, dude. California is so cooked, literally cooked. I mean, it's on fire. It's fucking on fire. Becoming a red state in real time, literally on fire. And bro spends $10 million for healthcare on non-citizens while the actual citizens are literally dying. Homelessness is up by over 30% or some shit. Like, this is unbelievable.
We gotta ask ourselves if we even want Trump bailing out the state, as they may say it's for wildfire relief, but I wouldn't be surprised if that additional $40 billion just conveniently disappeared as well.
Listen, whenever I see a politician decide that they're putting money, like endless millions, all right? Endless millions of dollars into some random shit where they don't actually explain what the shit that they're putting the money into is. And they're just like, listen, we're putting it into the nebulous anti-Trump gay tap dancing fund. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge. And then the money just nebulously vanishes, and somehow all the politicians are filthy fucking rich. Bro, I want an audit. Dude, that's why I want DOGE. I would love to stream this guy's freaking trial, baby.
While they desperately try to secure their next voter base. As when he's not vetoing the audits of where all that homeless spending went, instead of wildfire response, he's too busy setting up a new website where citizens can send them messages.
Dude, how could you be this fucking bad at your job? Everyone hates this guy. How is he even in office?
So the whole idea of this platform is to create additional opportunities for you to directly engage, to hold government accountable, to make sure that...
I love how he's like, all right, you who have no power, I want you to hold government accountable. Trump, Musk that have power? Nah, too many audits. Trump-proof the state, $25 million, Trump-proof California.
Your ideas are actionable and that we are responding in real time.
Right,
the idea is to
right.
find consensus, both in-person opportunities, but also creating this new platform to create online opportunities on reimagining the future of your community. Focus.
I wonder, you want to see a crazy statistic that I think honestly answers this question? This is going to be controversial, so I'm just going to show it to you guys because it's a fact. All right. This is how out of control California is. 449,000 of the registered voters could not perform jury duty because they weren't citizens. The registered voters. 500,000 of them. Dude. 500,000 voters in California could not perform jury duty because they weren't citizens. Then how are they voters? How are 500,000 registered voters not citizens? That's why California is so fucked. Because they literally import people, they protect the people they import, and those people vote for the corrupt people importing them. That's why California is forever screwed. An actual death spiral.
Focusing on public safety, wildfire safety, to make sure we rebuild with more resilience. The online participation platform is engaged.ca.gov. We hope you could participate.
So you're telling me that this podcast he's throwing right now that he just announced a couple hours ago, this podcast is the second time he's trying to do this whole transparency shtick?
Sounds like Twitter with extra steps, as he posted this video on X, where we could just as easily respond directly to this tweet, wasting $0 extra dollars.
Oh my god! Ain't no way! He posted on Twitter, a platform that you could contact him, with a way to contact him on another platform. You know why? It's because he gets absolutely shit on Twitter. These people are fucking destroying him. Dude, this has 58,000 likes, literally just asking him basic questions like why did he throw himself a party during COVID while he put other people in lockdown?
On building a website that actually has reduced transparency as Newsom controls it. But again, this is just the same Democrat mismanagement we've seen absolutely every single step of the way. When Californians just want accountability, but the politicians are too busy blocking audits, building meaningless websites, and shooting B-roll, all while crying they're fatigued from all the nothing they're accomplishing.
Yeah, and you know why they're getting in office again and again? Because the people voting for them are non-citizens. And they'll keep importing non-citizens. And the non-citizens love that shit because they could just get in. And they're always going to vote for the guy who's... People vote primarily for their own best interest, okay? This is just basic humanity, all right? Basic humanity. People vote for their own best interest. The best interest of illegal immigrants is to keep this fucking asshole in power. Why? Because he's corrupt and he twists the system for illegal immigrants. So if you have 500,000 illegal immigrants in the fucking country, in the fucking state, obviously he's going to keep getting elected. Except California somehow, who is trained and taught, literally taught. They're taught to not have empathy for their actual friends and to have empathy for people suffering around the world.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're not accomplishing nothing. They're busy mysteriously turning six-figure salaries into multi-million-dollar net worths. And as I said before, they're just using the wildfires to grift for more taxpayer cash, as they have absolutely no plans on fixing the issues.
I mean, the craziest thing is, I don't know if any of you are aware of this, but they actually, during the wildfire shit, they made a fund saying directly help fund wildfires, and they put a link. The link was not to any wildfire help shit. The link was directly to fund the Democratic Party in California. And aside from all the money going to the Democratic Party, apparently they took around 5% of a skim off the top that they just put in their own pockets. Like, this is layers on layers on layers of corruption. And of course he's scared about DOGE. That's what I'm saying. Every person terrified that DOGE is gonna look into them, they all got skeletons in their closet. Yeah, I covered that in a previous video covering the LA fires. But yes, they literally posted a link for a fund for the fires. The fund wasn't for the fires, it was for the Democratic Party, and they took around 5% off the top.
Buying it. This person, Karen Bass, is a total disaster. And every time that you think it gets as bad as it could, she makes it worse. I mean, just look at what she's done this week, Griff. So she starts off by saying that rebuilding and getting back into your homes could take 5 years.
There's no way. She literally told Trump she would do it by the end of the week. To his face. She told Trump to his face, I will get it done by the end of the week.
She promised President Trump to his face that she would clear away all the obstacles.
Oh my God.
Then she...
Politician lied? That's crazy. I've never seen it before.
Launches an investigation into herself about why she went to Ghana. And
instead of worrying about fixing the houses for the people that burnt down in her city, she launches an investigation into herself. You can't make this shit up. I have investigated myself with my elite firm of DEI investigators, and I find myself innocent on all charges.
Then she tries to shift the blame, as you say, by getting rid of her fire chief. I mean, this person is a classic machine politician, clinging to power, not taking responsibility. And by the way, let's not have a huge amount of sympathy for the fire chief. It's true that those firefighters should have been on duty. I see people running around, Rick Caruso, for example, saying that, oh, the brave fire chief who stood up to Karen Bass. No, the fire chief was a disaster as well. And you can add to that the empty reservoir lady, who on $750,000 a year, by the way. She's a disaster too. All three of them, if they had any integrity, any honor at all, should have resigned already for their...
They're politicians. Of course they don't have integrity and honor. That's how they got the job. How do you think politicians get where they get? With integrity and honor? If they had integrity and honor, they would have got fucking Red Wedding that's some 4 seasons somewhere on the planet. Are you kidding me?
Role in this absolute disaster.
As a Los Angeles mayor is also too preoccupied with providing sanctuary in her city.
Her city's on fire. She's not building people's houses down. Our immigrants should feel safe from the law, she claims. She screams into the air. Oh, God. There are going to be some very exciting lawsuits that I'm going to be live streaming, probably.
Gotta be the biggest slap in the face to all the residents of Los Angeles that lost their homes, where they just realized all their tax dollars went to paying other people's health care so much that they couldn't provide fire trucks or even water in the fire hydrants.
Welcome to California, mothers and motherfuckers. California, the only city in the world, state in the world, with more genders than fire hydrants. That's right, you heard it here first, folks.
And now, with the rebuild being 5 years out, your mayor is more focused on fighting Trump and ICE than trying to fix your house. But somehow...
Well, you know why? She has to protect her voters, right? She has to protect her voters. 500,000 registered voters aren't citizens. Obviously, she's gonna worry about her voter base. The illegal immigrants. All right, I just try to put this into perspective, right? Everyone operates on their own self-interest. You don't need to be a detective, okay? Everyone operates on their own self-interest. She's getting 500,000 votes. 500,000 votes from non-citizens. Of course they're gonna be her priority. So she can keep siphoning in more non-citizens to vote for her.
Now, this still keeps getting...
God, I love corruption. It gives me so much content. Hell yeah. The downfalls? Oh, they're gonna be glorious. I love downfalls.
Worse, as Governor Newsom is termed out, and the Democrat frontrunner for governor is Kamala Harris.
You cannot make this shit up. Subscribe for more downfalls, baby. Kamala Harris running for governor. Bro, this is incredible. Can Kamala Harris lose another softball election? Can she fail more rigged softball interviews? Stay tuned for more chaos on Chaos Watch. Definitely lock in, baby, because 4 years of content, it will be glorious.
Goes through your mind when you see this? You're here, you're now seeing it up close.
Yeah, first thing going through her mind is, why didn't she visit this shit as vice president? Why is she only visiting it now that she's actually running for governor? Oh! Because she thought she'd be president, so it didn't even really matter if she actually did the appropriate, normal, basic human bitch shit.
It's not only seeing it, Alex, you can smell it.
I didn't miss her at all. We are about to become burdened from what has almost been. Ah!
You can feel it, right? So
I hate this so much. She's actually pulling. How did she not learn from this shit? I walked outside and I was like, wow, the gardens are so beautiful. And now they're not beautiful because of fire.
So it's seeing it with our eyes, and many people have seen it. You all are covering it. But to literally be on the ground here, you can smell
You smell the fear. Bitch, you were vice president when this place burnt the fuck down and you didn't visit it. Okay, let's not claim sympathy here. You don't give a shit.
The smoke that was here, you can feel the toxicity, frankly, of the environment.
You can feel the patriarchy in the air. You feel the patriarchy. Oh, stifling. Why is she talking like a 3-year-old giving a speech? I don't know. Actually virtue signaling and farming emotional brownie points when she straight up could not give less of a shit. She didn't visit this place when there were fires.
You can feel the energy.
I love how she's like, she ran for president. People don't even recognize her. She literally just jumped out of everyone's mind. She was vice president for 4 years, and random people on the street don't even know who she is. That's how little of an impact she had on anything.
Energy of all of the folks who are still here on the ground.
Oh, you can feel the energy? You can feel the energy, huh? This is unbelievable. It's wild. Dude, after her humiliating defeat, I don't know why she would ever run anywhere ever again. It's actually insane.
If being able to see and smell the fires is
and vibes of the people, that's important.
Enough for her to get elected in California, the residents deserve absolutely everything coming to them. But honestly, I think things are getting so bad that even deep blue cities like Los Angeles and crime-ridden San Francisco are getting red-pilled to the effects of unilateral Democrat leadership over
Trump visited? Yeah, Trump visited. Of course Trump visited.
Several days.
Trump visits everything. Every disaster anywhere, Trump is there. He literally is. Trump is everywhere.
Decades, and hopefully they'll finally call for accountability. Demand the.
In fact, not only was Trump there, but Trump turned on the fucking water. Trump brought water back into the state because he said fuck you to the environmentalists that would rather protect the smelt fish than actually protect human lives. He actually had the balls to fight with environmental activists. Activist is a code name for terrorist these days, it seems like.
These DOGE audits in California, and if there's a criminal element to where that money went, we deserve to know. And
100%. DOGE is one of the best things that the government has ever done. Actually bringing transparency to where all the money goes. Listen, I don't think a single citizen wants to fund underwater chicken tickling and surprise butt sex in Afghanistan. And, I'll be real. It's freaking good. And the only people complaining about this are either so audience-captured anti-Trump that anything Trump does is automatically bad because Orange Man bad.
No amount of nervous politicians crying about fatigue should be reason to stop DOGE from sinking their teeth into this mess. But if you appreciate my concise, light-hearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality.
Yeah, he makes good shit. I like his videos. Definitely subscribe. Check him out. Check me out. Subscribe for more chaos, because there will always be more chaos. There will be more new scum to cover. Very excited for the Hamas terrorist sympathizer collab. It's gonna be great. Think of the collab. This guy and new scum. They're gonna get along swimmingly. I'm just saying. Look, guys. Dude, it's time. It is so time. It's gonna be huge. Definitely subscribe. Check out the Hasan Pikers relatively fucked franchise. It's doing well. We have a playlist on the channel. And honestly, I have to say, this guy, this smile, holy shit, bro. How could you be this insufferable on a daily basis? Oh, we've done so many audits. We shouldn't audit me again. Yes, I'm a multi-millionaire for some suspicious reason that's not clear at all. But hey, don't audit me. It'll be great. Definitely subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. More corruption, more chaos. I love chaos. And remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.